Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Mykonian Spiti and Farm online workshop. My name is Yiacoumettis, and I will be taking you through all the details of our services and products. I would like to thank you for your presence here and in advance for your attention. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has kept us all stranded, but I believe we are all comfortable and most importantly safe and well wherever we are. Greece is doing relatively well battling the virus, but I am positive that everybody, everywhere will do their best and we will all return to usual very soon. Okay, let us begin the presentation. Let me just share my screen. Okay, I believe you can all see it. Right. Okay. First of all, what is Mykonian Spiti? In simple terms, Mykonian Spiti is a traditional Mykonian home. This is what Spiti means, located in the heart of Mykonos in Messaria, where a traditional local family lives. Literally, though, it is much more than just this. Let me explain. The members of this family decided a few years back to invest in its own way of life and decided to offer visitors from all over the world exactly what they believed in: Hellenic tradition, Hellenic authenticity, hospitality, family. Therefore, since 2012, when they started delivering cooking classes at their home using vegetables that were grown in their own home garden and their vessel being their love for everything they stood for, today their home has acquired cult dimensions and is considered a symbol of the whole Mykonos island, a symbol of tradition, Hellenic hospitality and family. Over the years, many investments have been made in their home, always with a view to emphasizing and expanding the principles that this family represents. These investments never end, so in addition to the cooking classes that were made famous by the woman of the family, namely Teta, guests can now enjoy a traditional lunch or dinner, a wine tasting by a distinguished sommelier, or even activities on the traditional farm of the house, which I will talk to you about shortly. Regardless of the activity, however, the goal remains the same: to instill our hospitality and lifestyle to our guests and to make them permanent members of the Mykonian Spiti family. Let us see now some details of each activity, starting with the cooking class. This is a 5 to 6 hour hands-on activity, meaning that the participants do in fact participate in the procedure. It is hosted by Teta, as we said, the woman of the family, or her cousin Christiana. Both equally excel in tutoring this class. The traveler has the option of choosing between the day or the evening class, either 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the classes are mainly operated in shared status, which are usually small groups. But there is, of course, the option with an additional fee of hosting a private class. The dishes that are taught are traditional Hellenic, such as tzatziki, which is a yogurt sauce for those that don't know, spinach, also called in Greek spanakopita, and stuffed tomatoes, or else yemista in Greek, plus Yiacoumettis, veal with orzo, which is served during lunch or dinner, but not taught in the class due to lack of time. Its procedure is, however, explained verbally. A Greek seasoned salad and a traditional dessert is also included in the menu. Naturally, as you can understand, lunch or dinner is included in the cooking class. Wine is offered for free, so participants will have the pleasure to taste what they have created. As you can understand also, the menu is quite appealing to all dietary preferences, such as vegetarians, for example. But if necessary, can be modified. Certainly, it is a bit more difficult to modify the menu in a shared operation for apparent reasons. However, we are very flexible and open to discussion regarding the menu in a private session. Moreover, guests with allergies, for example gluten sensitive, can inform us beforehand and the hosts will do their best to accommodate them. Additionally, the visitor does not have to worry about how to get to our home, as part of the welcoming procedure of the cooking class are the transfers from and to wherever the participant is staying, as they are for all activities. Finally, upon leaving us, apart from the golden memories that have been created, a small gift bag with local products, a small bottle of raki, a small bottle of wine, and a small jar of spoon sweets, plus the recipes that were taught, are handed out to all participants. In any case, kindly note that although this is indeed a top quality cooking class, our main focus is the cultural aspect of the activity. There are many details to the class that we could share with you, but the essence is that it is much more than learning to cook a fabulous Greek meal. It is also about family, conversation, food, and culture, and becoming a member of a family that perhaps our guests didn't even know they had. It is one of these cases where you say, it is not what you will do, it is mostly how you will do it. Another similar activity is the cooking demonstration, which is offered only to large groups, a perfect choice for those who do not have so much time in their hands. The duration of this activity is approximately 3 to 4 hours. It can be shorter, but we prefer to avoid it. And the exact time that it will take place is open to discussion. Another difference with the cooking class is that the demonstration is not in fact a hands-on activity, but the participants only observe the cooking procedure by the host. Okay, 1 or 2 participants may be invited to help with the procedure, but the main issue is that that they are only observers. Both operations, of course, class or demonstration, include lunch after the activity is over, with wine always offered for free. The menu is the same in both occasions. For your information, although the house can host up to 48 participants in normal times, during the COVID-19 period, due to limitations, no bookings of above 18 participants are accepted for the cooking demonstration. And naturally, it takes place on the house's veranda, which you can see in the second column, the second photo on your right. Moreover, should the visitors wish to skip the lesson completely and enjoy only a traditional lunch or dinner at our traditional Mykonian home, this option is also available. It lasts approximately 2 hours with the transfers included. The menu, of course, is the same as the cooking class. Moving on, we have the wine tasting at the Mykonian Spiti. We call it the Executive Wine Tasting Experience, which is offered by our distinguished sommelier, Stathis Pasoglu. Guests have the opportunity here to taste 6 different prestigious wine labels, either local or from representative regions of Greece. Naturally, each label's characteristics and origins will be explained during the session. The wine tasting is accompanied by a snack of local products and is followed by the traditional lunch or dinner. Its duration is approximately 4 hours, with the lunch included. Now, as you all know, the COVID-19 virus has caused many problems to various aspects of life, whether they are social, financial, or self-evidently health-related. These are, of course, all linked together, unfortunately creating a vicious circle, so it is everyone's duty to keep our society safe and secure any way they can. Naturally, the Mykonian Spiti takes this matter very seriously, and from the first moment we have taken all the necessary measures to keep up to date with the guidelines of the Greek Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. Therefore, during this difficult period, we have minimized the participants of each activity. Participants are obligated to keep their distances from each other. The house is decontaminated after each session. Plexiglass is placed between tutors and participants, and necessary gloves and face masks are distributed to all participants. Additionally, even in these difficult times, we try to stay creative. So, in accordance with modern trends, we have launched from June 1st the Mykonian Spiti online cooking demonstration via Zoom, available in 2 sessions, either 5 to 7 or 8 to 10 p.m. An ideal choice, we think, for those affected by the lockdown who are unable to visit us up close. Back to more conventional details, I would like to point out that all our activities are ideal for families, friends, couples. They are perfect for all ages, small or large groups, even lone travelers. Of course, one can participate by oneself. It is certain that this person will meet and socialize with new friends, and when leaving the home, he or she will be part of a very large family. Kindly note that with the exception, of course, of this year, the number of participants was increasing with dizzying pace, and the reviews on all our channels, either booking platforms, social media, or even handwritten leaflets, they are all rave. The ratings being on average 4.5 stars and mostly 5 stars. At this point, please lend me your eyes and ears for a video that we have put together for the Mykonian Spiti, and I think that the picture will speak for itself. Pay attention to the latest installments that have been made to the Mykonian Spiti that give it its current image.
Welcome to Mykonian Spiti. Welcome.
Right, that was the Mykonian Spiti, and as I was saying before, a large part of the Mykonian Spiti's heritage is at its traditional farm, the Mykonian farm. Here are some photographs taken in the last couple of years, and amongst others you can see our scarecrow, our cows, our donkey Spiros, but more importantly, many happy faces. It is located in Anomera, about 3.5 kilometers from Mykonian Spiti and 7 kilometers from the town and port of Mykonos. It was founded in 2012 as an extension of Mykonian Spiti and offers its visitors an ideal experience as it combines the advantages of a local organic farm and at the same time brings its visitors close to nature and farm animals such as cows, pigs, chickens, turtles, rabbits, donkeys, and goats. They also have the opportunity to see our organic plants, to take care of them, and, if they like, to participate in the daily farming work. Apart from the standard tour, the Mykonian farm also offers a traditional barbecue, wine tasting, and, especially for large groups, what we call the Mykonian farm experience, an activity that combines all the advantages of the farm, as I will explain shortly. All our activities, of course, are in line with our basic principles, that is, as I said, tradition, authenticity, hospitality, Greek way of life. Evidently, it is a unique and alternative destination which gives the feeling of the authentic and traditional life of the island. As with the Mykonian Spiti, investments on the farm never stop. They may even be larger than the Spiti, and our ultimate goal is, among other things, to create a monastery on the farm in the near future. Now, what can one do on the farm? Well, as I said, a visit to the farm is the ideal experience, as it brings guests close to the traditional animal and organic farming of a Mykonian farm. Visitors have the unique opportunity to learn about Mykonian farming. If requested, to directly experience some farming tasks with the supervision, of course, of the superintendent. For example, vegetable garden watering, weeding of the vineyard, picking eggs from the coop. They can meet and pet our farm animals, which would also make it the perfect destination for families and with children. They can see our vegetable garden where we plant tomatoes, cucumbers, courgettes, eggplants, and peppers. In fact, they taste our tomatoes and cucumbers during the snack that is offered. It takes place in the evening for approximately 2-3 hours and includes also a tour of Panagia Turliani Monastery before arriving at the farm, which is located in the Anomera village. A small farming snack is offered, as I said, with tomatoes and cucumbers that are handpicked from our guests, plus other Hellenic traditional products. Also, kindly note that besides the 3-hour full tour of the farm, one can also book a 1-hour tour as a supplement to one of Mykonian Spiti's previously mentioned activities. In fact, as a footnote here, keep in mind that all our activities are easily combined with each other. For example, one can combine the cooking class with a farm visit, or a farm visit with a traditional dinner, or a cooking class with a wine tasting experience, or perhaps in extreme scenarios, and if someone really enjoys the food, a cooking class in the morning and a barbecue in the evening. Add a wine tasting either at the farm or the Spiti in between, and you have a full-day gastronomic tour. Another fine option is the Mykonian Farm Barbecue, which also takes place in the evening for approximately 3.5 hours in a quiet and green environment, and is a great way to combine a visit to the farm with gastronomic delights. The menu consists of great quality meat with Mykonian sausage, pork chop, and beef burger, plus a Greek seasoned salad, a Mykonian omelette with eggs directly from our coop, and grilled vegetables with eggplants, courgettes, and peppers, hand-picked by the guests themselves. And of course, free wine during all of this. The third option is the wine tasting at the Mykonian farm. This is slightly different than the executive option, as it is shorter, it's 3 hours, offers the tasting of 4 local wine varieties, is more economic, it is €60 instead of €140, and includes a snack of local products. Dinner is not offered. Dinner per se is not offered. In no way, though, does this option lack in quality compared to the executive wine tasting, as it is leveled by the natural surroundings and the open air that the farm offers. This option is also hosted by our sommelier, Stathis Pasoglou. As I said, the 4 wines offered are local, and their grapes come from the farm's vineyard and from other vineyards from the area of Anomera. In fact, towards the end of August and until the middle of September, visitors have the opportunity to help pick the grapes. The final product, and perhaps the one we are most proud of, is the Mykonian farm experience. Now, why do we have a soft spot for this option? Because it includes all the highlights of the Mykonian Spiti farm. Namely, it includes a visit to Yiacoumettis Monastery at Anomera, a tour of the farm, a cooking demonstration by Teta, wine tasting of 3 wine varieties by Stathis, and lunch at the farm. As with the cooking demonstration at the Mykonian Spiti, this is also offered only to large groups of 11 participants and above. It lasts approximately 5 to 6 hours and is offered at a relatively small cost. I believe I have said whatever there is to be said about the Mykonian farm. Before I conclude, let me show you now one more video with a panoramic view of the farm to give you a better picture of what we have been talking about. I believe that this ends my presentation. For more information, don't hesitate to contact us. However, additional information can be found on our website at mykonianspiti.com and for now also on mykonianfarm.com. We are currently developing a new website which will include both brands, so stay tuned. Also, we are easily found on all basic social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. So please like us and share. And you can find us also on TripAdvisor. We are now at your disposal. If you have any questions, we will happily answer.